Up next on Lion TV, we have Aaron Rodriguez on the boys' upcoming soccer season and hot topics, catching up with some fellow students.
And me, Chandler Stinson, with the McDonald's All-American basketball game. All that and more when Lion TV starts now.
Good morning, Searcy High. I'm Jordan Bowman.
And I'm Paige Reynolds. Let's get this morning started with some announcements.
Tryouts for the golf team will be Monday, May 8th for the boys and Monday, May 15th for the girls. Any students entering 9th through 12th grade that wishes to try out must email Coach Turney to sign up and obtain information about the tryouts.
Swim tryouts are being held April 13th and 14th. The team will practice during the summer and meets start November 1st and run through February 28th. Anyone interested can pick up paperwork in room 118.
SHS prom closet is open for any students who plan to attend prom. The dresses and limited menswear are free. Please email Miss Betsy Bailey to schedule a time to stop.
Also, prom guest forms are now in both offices. You must complete a form to bring someone with you to prom from another school. Tickets will go on sale 2 weeks before prom.
I can't wait for prom.
Neither can I, but you know what we don't have to wait for?
Aaron Rodriguez's story about boys soccer.
That's right. We have Aaron to tell us all about the preparations of the boys soccer team.
With the soccer season starting not too long ago, everyone's wondering how our boys soccer team is doing so far in the season. We caught up with Coach King and his players.
With this team here, we're young with a lot of freshmen through 12th grade. Just got a handful of seniors coming back. So the expectations of this team right here are to get better each week, each game, and have an opportunity to have success right there at the end of the year with, hopefully winning the conference.
Not only they just practice, but having a great time with the team.
Just being out here with my team and having the time spent at practice and the memories made with them.
Soccer is not just kicking the ball into the net. It takes so much more to be a great soccer player.
I think that there's a lot of skills that you need. Everybody needs to be able to run and I think you need to be able to play with the ball at your feet. Also, you need to be able to communicate because it's a team sport. So that's a really important skill, is to be able to communicate with your teammates.
Typical practice is we do a lot of touches, passing, shooting, a lot of drill work, and then we'll get into some situational stuff right there at the end and do some conditioning. I think the guys kind of take on my personality. I'm kind of aggressive. When they play in the games, they're getting after people.
During the soccer season, the boys go on and try their best to compete with the other schools in an attempt headed to state.
When they play in the games, they're getting after people, and that's what I like. That's what I want them to do. And, I tell them we're not going to back down from anybody. We're going to give them our best.
With the soccer team starting out the season hot, let's see how far they can go to go into the state championship. Now, back to the news desk.
Man, I sure got a kick out of that.
As did I, but let's move on to some U.S. news. Oil companies offered a combined $264 million for drilling rights in the Gulf of Mexico on Wednesday, in a sale mandated by last year's climate bill compromise. The auction was the first in the Gulf in more than a year and drew strong interest from industry giants including Chevron, BP, and ExxonMobil. Many environmentalists are concerned and frustrated by this month's approval of the drilling project in Alaska, known as the Willow Project. Developing the Gulf leases would produce up to 1.1 billion barrels of oil and more than 4 trillion cubic feet of natural gas over 50 years. Burning that oil would increase planet-warming carbon dioxide emissions by tens of millions of tons.
A seemingly relentless series of severe storms, likely with deadly tornadoes, and a forecast to rip across parts of America's Midwest and South over the next couple of weeks, especially today, meteorologists said. An unusual weather pattern has set in last week, triggering the devastating tornado that hit Rolling Fork, Mississippi, and meteorologists fear that today will be one of the worst days, with much more to come. The National Weather Service said 16.8 million people live in the high-risk zone, and more than 66 million people overall should be alert today.
An Australian company on Tuesday presented a meatball made of lab-grown cultured meat using the genetic sequence from the long-extinct mammoth, saying it was meant to fire up public debate about the high-tech treat. "This is not an April Fool's joke," said Tim Noka-Smith, founder of Australian startup Vow. "This is a real innovation. Cultivated meat is made from animal cells." I always like to be informed on the events that are going on in the world today.
Me too. Now I'd like to be informed on what this weather's going to be like.
No need to wait any longer. We have Phoenix Pruitt to tell us our weather report.
Good morning. Today you're going to have thunderstorms with a high of 75, rain at 85% chance, wind at south-southwest at 20 miles per hour, humidity at 80%, and your sun rose at 6:55 a.m. On to tonight. Tonight, you're still going to have those thunderstorms, low of 48 degrees, rain at 22%, winds at west-southwest at 16 miles per hour. Your humidity is going to be 64%, and your sun will set at 7:27 p.m. On to the almanac. Your average temperatures this week has 68 degrees as your high, 45 degrees as your low. Your monthly average of precipitation is 5.07 inches, and your month today is 8.85 inches. On to that 5cast. It's going to be sunny. Your high is going to be 67 degrees, low 41 degrees with that 0% chance of precipitation. Sunday is going to be partly cloudy with 72 as your high, 58 as your low, and 8% chance of rain. Monday, we're going to see some thunderstorms, 78 degrees as your high, 65 as your low, and a 41% chance of rain. Tuesday, still with those thunderstorms, 80 degrees as your high, 58 degrees as your low, and a 52% chance of rain. And on Wednesday, we're still going to see some more showers with a high of 73 degrees, a low of 55, and a 48% chance of rain. Man, any activities over the weekend, make sure to bring that coat.
Now that I'm well informed about this weather, I'm curious what's for lunch today.
For lunch, we will be having classic cheese and pepperoni pizza, cheeseburger, chicken and mozzarella stick combo, jumbo crispy chicken tenders, General Tso chicken stir fry, berry parfait, and milk.
Be sure to thank our wonderful lunch ladies for all the hard work they do.
I sure will. Hey Jordan, are you excited for the next episode of Hot Topics?
I sure am. Let's send it over to Marley and Sophia.
Everybody hands in the air!
Good morning, Cersei, and welcome back to Hot Topics. I'm Marley Price.
And I'm Sophia Neighbors. We're here to tell you what's trending inside and outside of SHS.
So, what's trending, Sophia?
I'm so happy that you asked, Marley. The week before last, Taylor Swift dropped 4 previously unreleased songs as she kicked off her North American tour. The songs are titled Eyes Open, Safe and Sound, If This Is a Movie, and All of the Girls You Loved Before.
She delivered per usual, but she also started her tour with a bang by singing some of her favorite, less popular Swiftie songs like Tolerate It and Marjorie. She's also been changing up the set list for pretty much every show.
44 songs and 3.5 hours of singing and dancing can only be done by Queen Blondie herself. I can't wait to see her the day after graduation. I'll probably even wear the same outfit I wore for the 1989 tour when I was 10.
Let's see that picture.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but recently I felt a void in my heart with HBO's finale of The Last of Us starring Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey.
I laughed, I cried, and thankfully The Last of Us has been renewed for a season 2 that will work off of the second game in the franchise, The Last of Us 2.
And now we commence our bi-monthly check-in on Kanye West.
Well, that's enough of that. We haven't seen you guys in a while either, so we thought it would be a good idea to catch up.
Let's see what you had to say.
What would you do if you found a dead body in a hotel room?
Okay, dump it in the ocean, crush up the bones, you know, how to get away with murder. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say that. Do you think bald people still get dandruff?
I don't know, do they?
Who's your favorite micro wrestler?
Micro Tiger, meow.
Who's your favorite micro wrestler?
You know, Psycho.
What is your least favorite season of the year? And why?
Fall, because that's when school starts back, and I just hate the cold.
Okay. What do you usually think about when you're on the toilet?
Why are my legs going numb?
How many pennies do you think could fit in this room?
6 million.
All right, that's a good answer.
All right, so what are you up to
right now?
Currently taking a face mask on.
What is your most hated mode of transportation?
Probably an Uber driver, because they're just like, you never know what could happen. So.
If farm animals could talk, which one would be the nicest?
I don't know. Why would I know that? Like a cow.
All right, thank you. If you guys could punch any celebrity in the face, who would you choose?
JoJo Siwa. Kevin Hart.
That makes me wonder, if you could punch a celebrity in the face, who would you choose?
Easy, Jake Paul. But specifically him in this carpool karaoke video with 21 Savage.
Oh, yo, 21, hey!
DJ.
I'm a DJ. You always doing the music stuff. It's a banger! 21 Savage.
And confused.
Don't do it! So I did. Wanna hit the surf or what? What's up, girls? Ricky the Blazer!
Well, that's all we have for you this week, Cersei.
We'll see you next time for our very last episode of Hot Topics. See you in the afterlife.
Thanks, Marley and Sophia.
Now we have Chandler Stinson to tell us all of our sports updates.
Good morning, Searcy High School. Let's get into those sports updates before this well-needed weekend. In local sports, the Searcy Lions baseball team had a doubleheader against the Nettleton Raiders here at the high school. The boys will win both games, with the first game ending in a score of 17-1 and the second game ending 12-6. They are now at 500 record, and their next game will be here at the high school, where they will play the Harding Wildcats. The Searcy Lions softball team also had a doubleheader against the Raiders here at the high school, where they would also win both of their games. Both of the games would end in a shutout for the Lions, where the final score of game one would end 11-0 and the second one would end 7-0. Their record now stands at 5-2, and their next game will be here at the high school next Tuesday, where they will play 4-9 Paragould Rams. The Searcy Lions boys soccer team had a game against Greene County Tech Golden Eagles on Tuesday, where they would end in a tie 2-2, putting their record at 6-2-1. Moving into national sports, the McDonald's All-American basketball game happened on Tuesday night, where everyone got to see the top high school prospects players, including LeBron James Jr., or also known as Bronny James, an Arkansas committed Bay Fall, and many more talented players. With it coming down to the wire, and the East barely taking the win with a score of 109-106. In the NBA, Wednesday, Kevin Durant finally came back after being out for over 22 games. Came back for the Western Conference matchup, with the Phoenix Suns going against the Minnesota Timberwolves, with the game being close to the whole game and the final score 107-100, and the Phoenix Suns taking the win over the Timberwolves, with Kevin Durant playing 29 minutes, having 16 points, 4 assists, and 8 rebounds, and Karl Anthony Towns having 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. The Los Angeles Clippers and the Memphis Grizzlies had a matchup also on Wednesday, where the game was going back and forth. Russell Westbrook and the Clippers taking the win over John Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies with a score of 144-132, making the Clippers record 41-26 and making the Grizzlies record 48-28. Russell Westbrook had 36 points, 10 assists, and 4 rebounds, and John Morant also having 36 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. In girls college basketball in the March Madness tournament, the Final Four is happening today, where number 2 Iowa will take on number 1 South Carolina at 8:00 p.m. And also today we are having number 3 LSU take on number 1 Virginia Tech to see who is going on to New Orleans for the championship game, and to see who will take home the gold this coming Sunday. Well, Cersei, that's all the sports updates I have for you. Hope you had a great week, but a better weekend. See you in the next one, Cersei. Now back to the news desk with Jordan and Paige.
Thanks for those updates, Chandler.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Cersei. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Cersei High Line TV.
And follow us on Twitter at Line TV, Instagram at Cersei Line TV, and on Facebook at Cersei High Line TV. Signing off, I'm Jordan Bowman.
And I'm Paige Reynolds. See you next week.